Here on the Inland Sports Show, fresh off a CIF State championship in the triple jump and also a runner-up finish in the long jump. It is Alyssa Alumbres from Vista, Murrieta High School. Alyssa, congratulations on a CIF State championship. Walk us back through, Friday and Saturday to bring home the gold. We'll start with the triple jump.
Yeah.
I mean, was that the goal at the beginning of the season, is to get to state and win the whole thing?
Yeah, at the beginning of this season, at least, I knew that I was capable of pulling off a double. Maybe not so much in triple. I actually just always favored long more than I did triple. But this year, something clicked. And I think for triple, it's like one of those events where if you just like fix one little thing, it's so easy to just like continuously PR. And I think like at some point in the season, I just hit that. And then I knew that getting a state title was like completely possible.
Was that kind of funny to you that maybe you thought that the long jump was more of your signature event, maybe your stronger event, and all of a sudden, the triple jump, like you said, you make a little change here, a little change there, and all of a sudden you're putting up the best mark in the state.
Yeah, that was funny to me. I don't know. I mean, I started off doing long jump, and then I always watched my brother triple jump when he was in high school, and I was like, yeah, like I just don't think I'd ever want to like do that. But I mean, it got me a state title, so yeah, it's been fun.
All right, so let's go to Clovis on Saturday night. You're in the championship final. What was going through your mind? Was it like, hey, this is my moment, I gotta seize the moment? Like, what was going through your head as you're going in that championship final on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like leading up, like the days and like the weeks leading up to it, I just knew that I was running out of like chances to really like leave a mark at Vista. I wasn't necessarily like upset with how my career had gone so far, but I knew I could have done more, and I did have goals set that I haven't met yet. But I try not to really like think about it like that and just kind of do what I do best, which is compete and jump and just have fun, because that's what I started out doing, and that's how I wanted to end it.
Are you pretty good dealing with pressure? Like, did you feel like, oh my gosh, this is pressure, or is it fun? Like, hey, this is what I worked for. I wanted to be in this spot right here.
Yeah, I mean, I do realize that there is a lot at stake, but I try not to think about it. So I would say that I'm good at dealing with pressure. I think the main focus on Saturday was kind of just execution and focusing on myself and what I need to do in order to achieve those goals. And I knew I was more than capable of it, but it was just a matter of actually, executing it.
All right, we're talking with Alyssa Alumbres from Vista Murrieta High School, the champion in the triple jump at the CIF State meet, also second in the long jump. Now, Alyssa, for most people, getting a second place finish and obviously the CIF championship would be awesome. But I mean, I don't want to say you were disappointed, but do you think about like, man, I wanted to double. I wanted to get both state titles.
Yeah, I did want to get a double, but Lauren Webster, the girl from Long Beach Wilson who won, she's amazing. Like, she's super talented. She's a really sweet girl. And, I'm sure she worked really hard, and 20 foot, I think 5 is not something easy to go up against. Yeah, I think this season for long jump was a little bit, I wasn't as pleased with it as I was with triple. But I'm still happy that I made it as far to go to state, and finishing runner-up is higher than I ever placed before in long, so that's still something to be proud of.
Alyssa, is it fair to say that you have been jumping pretty much your entire life? I mean, you got pretty started, right? You got started pretty early in at a young age in the sport. Is that correct?
Yeah, I started jumping like just unattached, like with no club team or anything when I was 7. My first meet was like Cal State games over the summer, and I think like before like the meet started, I was crying. Like, I was so nervous. I did not want to jump. But it's just funny to me now that like I just dedicated so much time into the sport for so long, and just looking back at like the little girl who was crying before she competed, or like she didn't want to go to practice. It's just like full circle. It's weird to see.
Was it because you were following your brother's footsteps, or like what? I mean, did your parents just sign you up? Like, how did you first get started?
I always looked up to my brother. I idolized him when I was younger. I like followed him around. I loved doing everything that he did. And I had like really big stage fright when I was little. I was super shy. But I think once I joined track, or once my parents like forced me to, I kind of fell in love with it. And I'm glad that they did though, because it kind of broke me out of my shell. And like I formed a lot of relationships with people that I don't think I could have traded for the world. So I'm super happy that I started.
And now look at all the doors that's open. Obviously, a CIF state champion, going to college now, and you get to jump for San Diego State. Do you ever look back and think, man, I can't believe how many doors have opened, how many opportunities have been created just because you got so involved with the sport?
Yeah, I mean, if you would have asked me when I was younger that I would be at this point now, I probably would look at you like you were crazy. I mean, when I was like 8, I was just jumping for fun, like I just liked playing in the sand. Like it was fun, and it still is fun for me. I don't think that aspect has ever really gone away, but I just never really, like I couldn't have imagined myself coming this far.
Alyssa, is there a moment that you're going to remember from the CIF State meet? Like when you look back on this years from now, I mean, obviously the winning jump was probably awesome, but was it, looking up at the board and seeing your mark? Was it looking up in the stand, seeing your family? I mean, what will you remember when you look back on the CIF State meet this year?
I think a moment that probably stood out to me was, I mean, jumping that was incredible, but it was kind of afterwards. I was like walking out of the stadium to go see my family, and my brother was actually the first one there that was like there to congratulate me. And it was just like pure joy. Like, I don't think I was trying to hold it in, but I couldn't. It was just like happy tears for like the rest of the night. And it was, I'm happy that I was able to make them proud and that they were there to witness it. And yeah, and then my other coaches, they just look so happy, and I just, I love seeing that on their faces.
So where is the CIF State Championship medal right now?
It's actually sitting on my bed right next to me.
What are you going to do with it? Are you going to put it somewhere special?
I don't know yet. Right now, all of my high school medals are just like in this like bucket, and they've kind of been in my closet, but I don't know. In our old house, we used to hang up all our medals, me and my brother, in our rooms, and like obviously the most important one would be like right in the middle. So we'll see if my dad is able to do something like that again.
Is it a crazy time of the year for you? I don't know when Vista Murrieta graduates or when you had prom or anything like that, but is it just kind of crazy trying to, graduation, finals, getting ready for the CIF State meet? Was it hard to kind of maybe focus and lock in and get that CIF State championship?
Yeah, I mean, we graduate this week. So this Thursday actually is when we graduate. But I think the past 2 weeks, I missed my grad night at Disneyland because of CIF Masters. And then I think right after league finals, we had prom. And there's definitely a lot of senior events that I had to sacrifice in order to come this far. And I kind of knew that it was coming too, but like to be at the point where I am now, like that sacrifice was inevitable.
Yeah, I think a lot of people lose sight of that, that like yourself, these top athletes, there is a lot of sacrifice, in their own personal life to get to this point, all those countless hours and things you have to miss in order to get to this point. But CIF state champion, you're going to jump in college. It sounds like it's all good for you, Alyssa. Congratulations on the state championship and the triple jump and the runner-up and the long jump as well. Are you going to be doing both events for San Diego State, the Aztecs?
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
And do you think maybe somewhere down the road, maybe you'll be like, okay, the long jump is now my stronger event again? Or do you feel like maybe the triple jump is maybe your best chance to, I don't know, be an NCAA national champion? Who knows? Or at least conference champion or something.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. It was funny. Like earlier, I was actually just talking about this with my parents. Like, they were talking to me about how at some point in college, there's definitely going to be a time where I become stronger in one and then probably drop the other. And like looking at it right now, I couldn't tell you. I mean, for the longest time, I thought I was strong and long, and then now it's kind of more triple. So we'll just see how I develop and how, the coaches at SDSU try and work with me.
Yeah, I'm sure you have some good coaches down there. Well, Alyssa, congratulations on the CIF State Championship in the triple jump, and best of luck down there at San Diego State. We really appreciate you jumping on the Inland Sports Show.
Of course. Thank you.
All right, that's Alyssa Alumbres from Vista Murrieta High School here on the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports.